This is Ace and Friends.
Oh, we made it to 8 episodes of the Ace and Friends podcast. I am the modern day Mr. Rogers. My name is Ace Riggins and Take D Robert here. I think tomorrow we're going to add my wife to the list of friends for the first time.
Nice.
She found a list of microaggressions that she's really interested in. And we're going through 21 different microaggressions. They're cheating microaggressions. So
Cheating, Michael.
So yeah, you know, like one of them I know was like if you gaze at someone too long and smile, like say you're at a restaurant and you see someone and you lock eyes with that person, and as your significant other walks away, you turn back and look and smile.
Oh, really? Whoa.
I don't know. So it'll be fun. I think she's going to come by tomorrow. So Super Tuesday was yesterday. So we'll just kind of jump right into a lot of stuff coming up today on the Ace and Friends podcast, including something Riggins has found in a few minutes called finger bevs.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen that on TikTok.
Yeah.
Which I find interesting because the way TikTok works, everybody gets so many different things.
Yeah. They're doing it on a lot of podcasts I've seen.
Okay. So we're going to do that. There's also the good news today, the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day, which is really more factual than anything else. It's kind of surprising. Normally, the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day is going to be something kind of wild that you'll want to share. Today, it's something Spotify has that you just might find cool or fun. So that and a lot more coming up we'll tell you about as we get into the Ace and Friends podcast. But Super Tuesday was yesterday. Last night, CNN's Jake Tapper was interviewing Nikki Haley. Has anybody else heard this clip?
No.
This is Jake Tapper of CNN interviewing Nikki Haley, and I've waited all day just to play this because I have the, I'm 15 when it comes to what makes me laugh.
The Colorado Supreme Court, of course, wasn't saying, their official explanation was not they didn't like Donald Trump. They said he participated in an insurrection. And I have to, an insurrection. And I have to say, I got up at 5 this morning to do Casey Hunt's show, and I'm exhausted.
They did say he participated in an erection.
It took him a long time to fix that, too.
It did, didn't it? It did take him a little while to make that correction. Let's see.
The Colorado Supreme Court, of course, wasn't saying, their official explanation was not they didn't like Donald Trump. They said he participated in an erection. And I have to, an insurrection.
Yeah, he'd been up a while. Maybe it took him a little while for that to register with him.
Cut him some slack.
Yeah. So yesterday was Super Tuesday, and Facebook and Instagram went down. And I mentioned on the radio show today that my wife came in and she was concerned because, is your Instagram working? And I said, no. She goes, oh, because I thought I'd been hacked. But why would you worry about being hacked? Would any of us be worried about being hacked? Next.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
All guests of the Ace and TJ show stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms, incredible dining options. Book your room by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first-class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Ace and Friends.
So one of the big stories yesterday on Super Tuesday was the fact that Facebook and Instagram went down. A lot of conspiracy theorists said, hey, look, what are they hiding from us? What are they hiding from us? And I mentioned a minute ago that my wife was worried that her Instagram had been hacked. You were worried you were being hacked also. Didn't you, Reagan, change your passwords or something?
I just, because it told me I had the wrong password. I wasn't worried about being hacked.
Okay, so you just changed your passwords?
Because it said I had the wrong password. And I was like, there's no way.
Okay. Did you give it any thought, Rob, to being hacked?
No.
Do you worry about being hacked?
Not a lot, but like, I would worry that if they'd use my credit card or something.
Okay, let's take credit cards out of it. Is there any other than credit card information, bill pay type stuff, Apple Pay, whatever, is there anything in your phone that you would be embarrassed for other people to see?
No.
And no, really, nothing.
Not that I know of. I can think
Riggins?
of.
Oh, sure. Yeah, pictures and stuff.
Sure. Of you or of other people?
You first.
Okay. Yeah, both.
You have pictures of yourself?
Yeah, pictures that I've sent to my wife. Now, put it this way. Let me put it this way. I would not be pleased that they were out there, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty good pics.
You like them? You like look? Do you go back and look at them?
My own? No. No.
Do you believe them, Rob?
No.
Why would I look at my own pictures?
Well, it's the same reason you watch your own
I'm just saying,
concerts.
they would look. No, that's a different thing. Watching my own
How so?
concerts, just trying to watch and go, oh, that was good. Oh, don't do that. That was bad.
I think the same thing that you would think about your pictures you're talking about. You're like, man, I can really improve on this one. Let me get some better lighting on there.
Yeah, I think it's natural.
No, that's not the same. That's no. The reason concerts are like watching game film. Like that. Let's watch that. That was good. That was not good. Don't do that. We should move that song. That worked. That didn't. That kind of thing.
That pose didn't get the pop I was looking for.
Yeah, that's got to find a way. I got to get through a way to get that phone on the floor of the shower for that upward angle. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably natural. You're like, you critique yourself.
Do you think we're at a point that do most people just accept that everybody has something on their phone like that now, and that like I don't know, if it got out, it would be embarrassing. It would be like if you were honest with yourself, you'd be, well, there's nothing like. I mean, it's not as if I don't have anything like that on my phone, so I can't make too much fun of it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know what that says. It's not good, is it? It's really not good.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But yeah, it's inevitable, I think, at this point.
Yeah. Now it's turned kind of sad.
Well,
That's kind of where we are as a people. Yeah, I think if any of them, I'd at least be able to go, look, I know that's ridiculous. It's stupid, but this picture's not bad.
yeah.
Or else I wouldn't still have sent it to somebody at all. There's a game going around that Riggins has found that I don't know anything about this. I intentionally did not go look it up, so I could see how this played. It's going viral on TikTok. It's called Finger Bevs.
Yeah, totally stupid. I think you're going to like
That's
it.
next.
More Ace and Friends coming up. Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Attention Charlotte, treat yourself to a delicious meal that's made with fresh, seasonal ingredients and ready in just 20 minutes. Enjoy a fine dining experience without ever leaving your home. Head over to tableandtwine.com.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
This is Ace and Friends.
So as we mentioned earlier, one of the things I like about TikTok that I find interesting is, and all social media, everybody gets different things based on how the algorithm perceives what it is that you are viewing or what you're into, what you enjoy. And Riggins has found something that I have not seen at all, to my knowledge.
There's a podcast called Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast, and they're great. They're kind of like millennial/Gen Z age, right there in the middle. But they're really funny on TikTok and stuff like that. And they were playing this game called Finger Bevs, I think is what they call it. So hold up your hand, and if hypothetically, if your fingers, each finger could dispense a beverage, which 5 beverages would be on your hand, like at any time?
Okay.
Starting with your thumb.
Thumb. So it doesn't really matter what each one dispenses. You just have to come up with 5 beverages that would be dispensed.
Yeah, from your hand.
Well, first thing I do, thumb would be water.
Ice cold water.
Ice cold water.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time. Okay.
Just on demand.
There's water.
Yep.
All right. Ice cold water. Number 2 would probably be beer.
Okay.
Ice cold beer.
Beer.
Does it matter the order?
No.
It doesn't really. Does
No.
it?
I'm just doing
Yeah.
it myself.
Ice cold beer. An ice cold Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah. and I don't drink a lot of Coca-Cola, but I just it'd be nice having it. Let me take it back. Ice cold Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew
I'm
number
going Mountain
3.
Dew over Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Yeah.
On my list as well.
Yeah, so water, beer, Mountain Dew, probably some type of. Number 4 would be some type of like a
Spritzer.
Club soda.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what you would call it, like a mixer of some sort, or some type of water that's carbonated kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then number 5 would probably be like a coffee. No. Number 4 would be number 5 would be an energy drink.
Obviously, I'm sitting here going like,
Sorry,
are you kidding me?
Drink.
You went through Coke and all this stuff without getting like Nas on demand, just right out.
That would be it would be energy drink. You're right.
Yeah.
He'd be dead in a week.
All right.
Yeah,
Rob,
you might be.
What would you have real quick? You're 5. Finger bevs.
Surge, the old Coke product.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper, hard Mountain Dew, and then Mountain Dew Code Red, and then sweet tea.
Oh God.
Oh, I went with all the sugar.
Holy crap.
They could be the 0 version. I don't care.
Yeah. No water in there.
I can get water anywhere.
Okay. Riggins, what would your 5 be?
Yeah. The thumb would be water. Number 2 would be unsweetened tea with lemon and a little bit of sugar. Number 3 would be Diet Coke. The middle finger would be Diet Coke. Number 4 would be ice cold Coors Light. And number 5 would be freshly squeezed orange juice.
Oh, I didn't think about breakfast. I love orange juice.
Pinky, I'm not using it often, so that'll be the orange juice one. I don't want a lot of orange juice, but it'd be nice.
Yeah, I'd have to ditch the mixer beverage and put orange juice in it. That would be the way to go.
Yeah.
I love orange juice.
Yeah, so I mean, it is a stupid question if you
fun.
could shoot out beverages from your fingers.
Finger bevs. I like that. Hang on. A little bit of good news coming up next. Hang on.
Ace and Friends.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
It is. That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today. You could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting. There's no appraisal. I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
As winter packs its bags and spring settles in, the flowers, they are blooming. And at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress, the deals are booming.
You write poetry?
Does one ask a fish if it swims, or a bird if it flies? It was a long winter.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, with up to $1,500 in free furniture with the purchase of a mattress sleep system. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
There's a lot of news out there, but Ace and Friends just want to give you the good news.
So a few things to make your day a little more interesting, make you feel good. There's a Fun March Madness promotion happening this month at libraries in Worcester, Massachusetts. They're forgiving fines for overdue books if you just show up with a picture of a cat. They're calling it their March Meowness promotion. A retirement home in England turned its lounge into a candy store for a day, so a 93-year-old who lived there named Doreen Bishop could relive her glory days. She managed a chocolate shop for 30 years and just wanted to have one more day in the sun. And people on Instagram have become obsessed with a fat dog's weight loss journey. It's an 8-year-old golden retriever named Fanny. Now, Fanny was so obese she was about to be put down, but a charity called Rover's Retreat adopted her. A 24-year-old veterinary student named Anika Brahm volunteered to foster Franny. Franny weighed 125. She's already dropped more than 30 pounds in the past 3 months, and people on Instagram have become obsessed. But that is the good news.
Ace and Friends.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenics.
Bradham Brothers offers heating, air, and electrical installation and service that you can trust. Their family business has served thousands of customers with honesty and a smile for over 50 years. Go to bradhambrothers.com to schedule service or a free estimate today.
This is Ace and Friends.
I want to go back and revisit something from a minute ago. Before we did the good news, this is stuck in my head now. The finger beverages. So I didn't want to change mine. If you missed this, if you got 5 fingers, and each one is would shoot a beverage out on demand, what would it be? And I wanted to add orange juice to mine.
Yeah.
But Rob, go over your 5 again.
Surge is an old Coke product. It's kind of like their answer to Mountain Dew.
Right.
Dr. Pepper, a hard Mountain Dew. Any of the flavors is fine. Then Mountain Dew Code Red, and then sweet tea.
So you've got a Surge, which is the Coke answer to Mountain Dew, and then 2 different types of Mountain Dew.
Well, yeah, I needed some sort of alcoholic version of Mountain Dew as well.
And that's what you would pick, a Mountain Dew alcohol?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Your favorite what? Alcohol?
Alcoholic drink, yeah. It's the best I've ever had in my life. Delicious.
And what is it called again?
It's just called Hard Mountain Dew.
Hard Mountain Dew.
It's hard. It's not even available in the state in which I work or live.
Well, how do you get it?
When I went to Virginia or when my friends go to Florida or something, they sell it in both of those states.
Hard Mountain Dew. Okay. And I can't say I love Mountain Dew. I can't say that I would not try it because I would.
It's great.
But Hard Mountain Dew.
What's the flavor you like?
They have a couple different flavors, but the regular Mountain Dew, or are you talking about the non-hard version?
No, the hard one.
Oh, they have a Code Red in that as well.
Okay.
And they have regular Mountain Dew, and then they have a Live Wire, which is orange.
Okay.
And I think they have a cherry as well. Cherry.
Damn, Hard Mountain
No,
Dew
cherry's
Code
Code
Red. Sounds like it would blow your head clean off.
It's so good. Zero sugars.
0 sugar. There you go.
Well, you're making up for it with the other 4 choices.
Well, those could be the zero version as well. I'm not too picky about that. That's fine.
Sweet tea, 0 sugar.
Well, actually, I've had sweet tea with sweeteners that aren't sugar. They're not good, so that wouldn't have to stay sugar.
So that's the only one that has to be real sugar is the sweet tea.
The other one in the Hard Mountain Dew is a Baja Blast because that's delicious too.
That could be like the trashiest alcohol. A Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
A Baja Blast Mountain Dew?
Baja Blast Mountain Dew.
Between that and that, what is it, $4.50 a bottle blueberry wine that you love?
Yeah. It's $5. Don't sell it short, okay?
Is it $5 at Costco or something?
No, it's at Aldi.
Aldi, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
You notice I didn't say that coming out of my fingers, so.
Yeah, so we can't even get that Mountain Dew stuff to try.
No, I mean, unless you know somebody going out of town.
Going out of town. Okay, they'd have to go to Virginia.
Because of alcohol in it?
I don't know.
It's not available in North or South Carolina.
They said they were working on more states, but I don't think they've got it.
That's right. You think it's just too much?
I think it's too hardcore.
Too much for North and South Carolina, man.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
Something you find attractive that you admit is actually pretty boring. Next.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin. Should you buy? Should you sell? How do I present my house if I do want to sell it? All of those questions can be answered by the experts, and they can take care of you with the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team knows everything there is to know about selling, marketing, and buying houses. So get in touch with them today at acetj.com/Temple team. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
Ace and Friends.
Rob just found out his Baja Blast Mountain Dew hard liquor thing, drink, whatever, is available in Tennessee now. So he actually just said the words, "We're going to get Lainey to get some, bring it back for us when she comes home." TJ's daughter who lives in Nashville.
And I've never communicated with her.
For any reason.
For any reason.
Can you go to the store
for this.
and get some Mountain Dew liquor and bring it home, please? So they did a poll, single people between 18 and 45. Things we find boring that are attractive. Number one, staying on top of chores. That 91% of people find that to be attractive. Knowing how to do laundry and doing it regularly was number two. And one of the things they pointed out was cooking, especially women, would rather see a picture in a guy's profile pics on an online dating site. They would rather see him cooking than a picture of him working out, because they find cooking to be far more attractive than working out. But I asked my wife, I said, if you were single, what is something boring that you would find attractive? I thought her answer was interesting. Having dinnerware. If you went to a guy's house and he had proper knives and forks and plates and everything like that, she would find that to be attractive. There's nothing fancy about it. There's nothing sexy about it, but it shows the fact that he's like, here, these things are important. I have put in the time and effort to have proper plates, proper silverware, and to be able to set and create a table.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which makes me wonder, well, I guess technically, when I first started going out with her, I could do that because I had 4 plates, 4 plastic cups, and then I had, enough 4 settings of knives and forks. So technically, I had that.
Yeah, that's
if you don't mind the plastic.
Yeah, right.
I had that and brown bath towels that we had to take to the pool.
Yeah, she didn't like those.
No, she bought me new bath. She bought me 2 pool towels.
Yeah, brown is no good.
Well, it was a bath towel too. Is there something simple? Could be even use the word boring that you find attractive?
That's tough. I think it's easier for women to answer that about guys.
I think
because
so too.
You got answers like dinnerware and stuff that are a bachelor wouldn't often have.
Right.
I don't know. What did you say? What
I
is
think
it?
I don't know how else to phrase it. Like I think knock around clothes. Like when a girl just wears a t-shirt and jeans.
Oh, okay.
Nothing fancy, simple outfit.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I didn't think about it in
boring,
those terms.
but it's super sexy.
I've said I like girls that are not afraid to eat chicken wings and things like that.
Yeah.
I find it. Yeah, so like being
That's
unafraid.
a really good one.
I think that's very attractive.
Rob, is there anything you find like boring that you find really attractive in a woman?
I can't think of anything, unfortunately.
What do you find? Well, hang on. We got to get to it. Yeah, okay. We're going to come back to this in a minute because I'm curious about Rob's likes and dislikes when it comes to the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. We'll give you the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day coming up next. Then we'll kind of get into more details of what Rob finds to be boring and or attractive. And I think we're going to be surprised. Next, hang on.
Ace and Friends.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities, and we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Ace and Friends.
So I've told you before, the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day that happens every day at this time, it's different every day, just depending on what's happening. This one is the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day because it's about snacks and being nostalgic for snacks. Somebody did a Google search to find the top snacks that we are nostalgic for. So we won't have time to go through the entire top 10, but here are the top 5. At number 5, Fruitopia. It was a line of fruit-flavored drinks that Coca-Cola put out in 1994. They stopped selling them in 2003, but it's number 5 on the list. At number 4, Tab. Tab was one of the first diet sodas ever. It started in 1963. They didn't discontinue Tab until 3 years ago. I had no idea that Tab had actually lasted that long, but people seem to love it and want it back. Number 3, Bagel Bites. They've never gone away, except in Canada. Bagel Bites disappeared in Canada 2 years ago, but I don't know why you're nostalgic for Bagel Bites. They're still here in America. Oreo Cakesters is at number 2. They're like Oreos, but softer. It's kind of like almost like a pie. You can still get those too. Nabisco brought them back in 2022. So they've only been back for a couple of years, and you don't see them a lot. So it's easy to think they're gone because you don't see them often in stores. And number 1, the most nostalgic snack of all time, according to Google searches, again, something you can get, Dunkaroos. They were discontinued in 2012, but General Mills bought them back in 2020. So they've been back for 4 years now. Dunkaroos exist. You can get them. But they are still the most nostalgic snack of all time.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Ace and Friends.
Oh, wrong button. Sorry, Rob. Never mind.
This is Ace and Friends.
So a couple of minutes ago, we were talking about Rob. We were talking about, in general, boring things we find attractive. Like Reagan said, he finds girls that eat chicken wings to be very attractive. He said that before for a long time. What do you find, just in general, Rob, what do you find to be most attractive about a woman? Are there things that you're like, oh, that I find that to be really attractive, whether it's boring or something stereotypical?
It's usually that if they have a good sense of humor and I can make them laugh and they can make me laugh, that's like the number one thing for me.
Okay. So Meredith makes you laugh?
Yeah, she's pretty funny.
Yeah. Meredith's very dry. She has in the times I've been around her, she's got a very dry wit, but she's very funny. It can be very biting at times too.
She's mean to me, but
that makes you laugh.
yeah, it does. I don't mind being picked on. What else that's the only thing that really comes to mind. Like I'm pretty flexible elsewise.
Okay. So here's a question, now that I think about it. Is there something at one point in your life that you thought was attractive, but turns out it's not?
No, I've been pretty straightforward the whole time. Like I will say that I do have a thing for redheaded women, but obviously Meredith's not one of those. But
Nantucket Red. That's my brother too.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, he loves redheads.
I think it started with like Emma Stone and Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah. Is there anything, though, that you do or used to do, or this is probably something that when you were younger that you thought was cool or attractive, that you thought women found it to be attractive, but you realized later, like either they didn't even notice, didn't care, didn't find it attractive, whatever the case may be?
I don't think so, because I really only dated like one woman before I got with Meredith, because I didn't approach people. I didn't want to.
How long did that relationship last?
Like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I now call her Crazy Jessica.
And why did you and Crazy Jessica break up?
Because she wouldn't leave me alone. She was always calling me, and I was just like, I don't need this right now.
Because she was into you, probably.
Yeah, very much.
How
so.
old were you at the time, Rob?
I was 18.
Okay, so you were 18. Crazy Jessica wanted to talk to you
all the time.
All the time. And then, like, when you say all the time, how often did she call?
Well, I was in Michigan for something with my family. I think it may have been like a funeral, probably, because that's one of the only times I go up there. And I just said, hey, I'm going to need this week to just be with my family and stuff. And she called me 3 to 4 times a day, even though I said to just let me do what I need to do up here and get back.
Yeah.
So I ghosted her after that. I never answered her.
Oh, you just ghosted her?
Of course I did.
Oh, wait, hang on. We got to hear I got to know more about how this ghosting took place. Hang on, we'll get to that next.
Ace and Friends.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
It is. That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting. There's no appraisal. You know, I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
Ace and Friends.
Okay, we're learning more and more about Rob's past life and his one previous relationship prior to his girlfriend now of 9 years, Meredith.
Right.
And that was a girl that he dated when he was 18. Her name was Jessica.
Correct.
And you were gone to Michigan, in case anybody missed it, I'm just kind of recapping here. You were gone to Michigan for a family funeral. You told her, I'm going to need this week, and she called you 3 or 4 times a day.
It may have been more, but that's what I remember, at least 3 or 4.
And so then The last time you spoke with her, what was the conversation like?
Oh, the last time I spoke to her was before I went to Michigan.
Oh, so you never, when she would call you, you just never answered the phone the whole time?
It was over at that point. I didn't answer the phone anymore.
So you talk to her and say, hey, I'm going to Michigan tomorrow for a funeral. Just give me this week. I need time.
Yeah, she might think I'm still in Michigan.
Yeah.
And that was the last conversation you had. You went to Michigan. She called you 3 times a day for a few days. You never returned her call. You came home and just haven't spoken to her or seen her since.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I've seen her because she worked at a Walmart, and I just avoided her. I made sure I didn't go near her.
Yeah, I mean, you avoid us and you like us. You call
Right.
her.
When you came back from Michigan, did she still try to call you?
For a little while.
How long's a little while?
Like a week or two.
A week or two, she was still calling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe she thought I was still in Michigan or something. Like I said.
When did you make the decision that I'm never going to call this person? I'm never going to speak to her again?
I think it was day 1 in Michigan.
The first day, the first call, or like the end of the first day when she called 3 or 4 times?
It was probably just the end of the first day. I was like, oh my God, it's too much. Leave me
Do you
alone.
think she was just curious, like, hey, I just wanted to make sure you made it okay, and just kind of check in on you and see how things are going because you are there for a funeral?
I didn't put much thought into it, to be honest with you. Just the thought that I need you to leave me alone, and I'm going to make you leave me alone at this point.
It's probably like 2 calls. He said at the end of the first day. So she called twice. He's like, well, this ain't going to work.
But she was probably just calling to see, hey, I just want to make sure you made it okay and see how you were doing and how's everybody doing, because I know, a funeral can be tough.
And she gets labeled crazy. Right. Guys, you can't tell me guys don't rule the world. He's like, you're crazy.
She was calling out of care and concern to make sure he made it okay. And he's like, you're nuts.
It's a man's world, baby. He's like, you're bothering the shoe.
Yeah, you're just bothering the shoe.
She also had mentioned, this is why I call her Crazy Jessica, that I should move in with her.
Oh, okay.
In 2 weeks. Yeah. So that's why I called her Crazy Jessica.
Okay.
She was way into you, Rob.
Clearly.
I love that.
Yeah, and the way I met her is I went to, in Stanley, North Carolina, there was a Wendy's there that a friend of mine worked at. And she was working with a friend of mine. And she looked at me. She didn't know that I knew that friend. She looked at me and she said, that's the kind of guy I want to date. And then my friend was like, well, that's my friend. So that's how I got matched up with her. So
she fell for you hard right from the first time she saw you.
Yeah, and I have my friend to blame for this. Who I don't talk to that friend anymore either.
You're right, though, Riggin. She gets labeled crazy because she probably was just calling to make sure he made it okay and see how he was doing being up there for a funeral.
Well,
Whose funeral was it?
I don't remember. That's,
okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
Man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now you're crazy, Rob.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
We got to talk to Crazy Jessica.
Or
even if we can't get a hold of Crazy Jessica, hey, this is Crazy Jessica.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
There's something, women do something to men consistently, time after time after time, in different ways. There's a new example. And I can't understand it. Why do you keep doing it? Coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/Neogenics, Neogenix.
This is Ace and Friends.
So there's a trend that's been going around social media for a while. And seems like it's on everything. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, everywhere. And it's ways women are finding to embarrass their significant other and then share it. For example, the thing that I said would really honestly piss me off if I was on vacation with other couples and somehow the wives convinced all the guys, without knowing it, all the guys show up and they're wearing the exact same shirt to make them look like doofuses. Women find that to be so funny.
I think it's pretty funny.
But there's another one that's out now that's the new trend is post your man bowling so no one else will want him. And it's a general concept, and it's different things that you should do. Like one day it's post your man bowling. The next day it's, post your guy in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Doing daily tasks that he does maybe a little unusually.
So like this guy bowling is clearly cutting up and having fun with his girlfriend. This one video, that we saw. He's winding up, and while the ball is rolling down the lane, before it gets to the pins, he's humping the air like, He's just goofing off.
Yeah.
And then she's like, post this to showcase what a doofus he is.
Yeah.
In this guy's case, I think a lot of women would see that and go, well, that guy's having fun. Like, I like that guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's having fun.
Yeah, because you're bowling and he's not taking it too seriously.
Yeah. But I hate it. I hate the concept, which is constantly post something embarrassing of your guy just so we can all laugh at him.
Yeah. In its defense, it's usually harmless. I mean, wearing the same T-shirt, I kind of think they're funny. I always watch those things because they have a good attitude about it. But I understand if that would bother you, then it bothers you. I mean, your feelings are real.
But it is a trend of embarrass your guy for everybody to see and share it.
Yeah.
And I don't see, I mean, sure there are some others, but you don't see a trend. You don't see as many trends, if at all, of guys trying to embarrass their wives or girlfriends. And then everybody should let's share how stupid they are, that kind of thing. And I don't get it. They're hell bent on making sure these guys are embarrassed. Mm-hmm. And I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible.
My mom would not try to do that to my dad.
She would not. Because she loves and respects your dad too much.
Yeah.
Now, your dad wouldn't do that to your mom.
Never. I always see those things. I go, will my parents do that? The answer is usually no.
Now, in my case, my mom would not have done it to embarrass my dad. There's a good chance he would have done something to embarrass my mom just because he thought it was funny.
Would he have like pantsed her?
No, he wouldn't have gone that far. No, he wouldn't have gone that far. But I mean, he did jump up on the stage at a place in New Orleans and put his face between the dancer's breasts and go with my mom in the crowd.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's kind of the error of his ways in life.
Yeah.
That says a lot about.
Was she upset?
Oh yeah, she was very.
She was.
Yeah, she was. She did not think it was fun at all.
Oh.
Not a bit.
What did he think was going to be her reaction? He didn't think about it.
No, he's drinking. We're in New Orleans. We're partying.
Drunk.
We're in New Orleans. We're drunk. I got a performer on stage, man.
Was she a stripper?
No.
I wonder what her
kind of a what do you call it? Like a burlesque show kind of thing. That a bunch of them had gone to at some kind of convention they were down there for. Yeah, says a lot about why my parents divorced. He didn't think anything about it, and that's what upset her. Was he gave no thought to it whatsoever. Yeah.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
There is a quote that's out from a celebrity that is getting a ton of pushback. A ton. You won't be surprised by the quote if you haven't seen it, but you won't be surprised by who the celebrity is, but you still might be surprised by the quote coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
There's a quote that's going around. It's gone viral. I saw it on Twitter yesterday. Is that what you saw it too?
Yeah.
On Twitter? And I saw it as a retweet from a guy that was making a comment about it. Here's the quote from Seth Rogen. Talking about he and his wife. Quote, we're effing psyched all the time. We're laying in bed on Saturday morning, smoking weed, watching movies naked. If we had kids, we could not be effing doing this. And the guy the guy named Seth Dillon, who retweeted it, just said, I wouldn't trade Saturday mornings with my kids for anything.
Yeah. So Seth Rogen and his wife have been married, I think 11 or 12 years.
Yeah.
And they've made a conscious decision to not have kids.
Sure.
Which seems to be the growing popular thing to do. But there's a lot of people that say, well, outside of your family, what else matters?
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people that respond on this that said, and I agree with them. Okay, good for them.
You do?
If that's who they want to be, that's who they want to be. I'm glad they didn't have kids. You know, I would rather them be open about how they plan to spend their lives and what they enjoy and not have kids that they have to be responsible for. Then, like somebody said, that's the kind of thing you say publicly because you think it sounds cool, while privately, when you get older, it eats away at your soul. Well, I don't know. Seth Rogen's 50 years old. Got to be, right? Late 40s, early 50s?
I don't know.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Now, it's jarring to read the quote because a lot of people can't understand the fact that I can't imagine not having had my kids, what my life would be like if I didn't have those kids.
Right.
But if you don't want to be a parent, you're not good at being a parent, don't be a parent. Feel free to, okay, share your little story. That's fine. Good for you. I'm glad the two of you get to do something that you want. I'm also glad that the other guy that retweeted it, Seth Dillon, like when he said, I wouldn't trade Saturday mornings with my kids for anything. Good. Let's thank God that Seth Rogen doesn't have some kids that would be messing up his Saturday morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only other celebrity I can think of that is pretty open about not wanting to have kids is Chelsea Handler. It seems like in every interview, she's like, I so don't want kids.
And again, another celebrity that I think, good. I don't want you to have kids. I don't. Somebody said, whose goals are smoking weed when they're over 40? People who don't need to be having kids. I mean, that's all there is to it. Good. Lay in bed naked Saturday morning, smoke weed, watch movies, have a great time. Just don't have some children because you're not going to be a good parent. I don't understand. People are so angry about it.
Yeah.
They're living their life their way. Good that they don't have kids. Let's be thankful that they don't have kids because I don't think they'd be very good kids. There's somebody that we know who does something that I am fascinated by because I have the exact same situation. And it's not something that I do ever. I'll tell you what it is coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
It is. That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting. There's no appraisal. You know, I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy. And Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
Ace and Friends.
So I think everybody knows, unless you're new, that I'm divorced. I got divorced, gosh, I don't know, 8 or so years ago now, something like that. And I saw that we have a friend that we've known from radio for a long time. And he posted something that I thought was very nice and interesting, but not something I would do at the same time. He got married, I think he said now 30 years ago he got married. He still celebrates the wedding anniversary, even though he hasn't been married for a long, long time.
How does he celebrates with?
Nope. He just thinks, oh, I remember this day, and this was a very special day in my life. And he does a little something for himself, like goes out to a nice dinner or something like that, and maybe has a couple of drinks to celebrate. Because were it not for this day, I'm trying to find his post right now because I forgot to pull it up here before we started talking about it. And here he said, I've been divorced 20 years, but I still celebrate my wedding anniversary. Dates and anniversaries mean a lot to me. It was 30 years ago today. He posted yesterday. I went to Las Vegas, came back a few days later, married. I'm not married today, but that trip means everything to me because it gave me 3 kids and 3 grandkids today. Don't get me wrong. She was Satan, but the day means a lot.
Wow.
So he remembers that. I'm big on dates too. I try to remember dates. Like I know the date, the first time Amanda and I went on a real date. I remember the date that we met. I remember the first time we went on a real date. Obviously, you remember the day we got engaged, the day you got your anniversary date, that kind of thing. And I try to make notes of important dates. I haven't always been great with it, but important dates like the date that her father died. I try to remember that and do something special for her on that day or something like that. But I think TJ last year was the one that pointed out
oh, this is your first wedding anniversary date. And I had to look at the calendar and go, oh, I guess it is. Because the day just, it was a couple years ago. The day just goes by me without even thinking about it. He was laughing about it. I was like,
you don't think about it.
It doesn't even occur to me. I don't think about that day. And I thought, when I saw this, I thought, well, that's really nice that he can look at that in that way, that were it not for that day, he wouldn't have had the 3 kids and the 3 grandkids that he has today, even though clearly he doesn't like her.
Yeah, called her Satan.
You know, but the day still means a lot to him.
I understand that.
That's a real grown-up attitude to have about that, a very adult attitude to be able to have about that.
For sure.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know. We have so many things going on. I don't think about it. For a while, I guess I did for a while, but when I was involved in a relationship, and I remember the date. I remember the exact date that I got my divorce papers in the mail, and it was all finalized.
You know that date.
Just another date that I remember.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a really cool thing to share from the standpoint of that's a very adult, responsible way, grown-up way to look at that. Hey, I remember this day. I remember this date. I don't like that person anymore. But had it not been for that trip to Vegas, he wouldn't have.
I wonder if he's remarried. And if he was, would that be able to happen?
He's not.
He's not.
He's not.
Because if he was remarried, I'm sure he's like, you know what, tonight I'm going to go celebrate my anniversary because he gave me 3 kids. Just by myself, have a nice dinner. That would not fly, right?
It would never fly. Not in a million years. I can't imagine that somebody would think that is okay. At all.
No.
Yeah, that's key. Still being single makes all the difference in the world. That's a great point, Regan. Still being single makes all the difference in that situation.
Can you ask Amanda if that would be cool with her?
I will be. We can ask her when she's here tomorrow.
Okay, there you go.
Let's be sure to ask her tomorrow, okay?
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
Ace and Friends.
Earlier today on the Ace and TJ show, we had some secrets from people where the statute of limitations has concluded in the family, mainly because people have died. Their family secrets are wild, and we've got more of them. That'll blow your mind. Coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
So during the radio show this morning, we were talking about your family secret, where the statute of limitations has expired, which mainly means somebody died. And now you can share that family secret, though a lot of people still wanted to remain anonymous, and they've continued to come in. This one said, keep me anonymous. It's a DM that we got on our Facebook page. When I was young and with cousins in the attic, we found a box with a KKK outfit in it. To this day, I will not tell anybody about it, just my family and husband know. To clarify, we were in our grandparents' attic. I do not believe it belonged to my grandparents, but to maybe my grandmother's, someone on my grandmother's side of the family.
That's a crazy thing to find.
Get the hell out of here. Like, I wonder if they went right downstairs and just
put it on and be like,
or did they,
Grandma, what is
did
this?
They put it on, or did they just go down and say, like, hey, I don't know. Did you know that there's something upstairs? Did you know this was upstairs in the attic?
Dang, man.
This lady said my great-grandmother's husband used to beat her. She had young children. One night he came home drunk, and my great-aunt, her sister, shot him and killed him sitting in the living room. She was very young back then, but nothing was ever done. My great-grandmother took the blame, and they called it self-defense, but it really wasn't. He was just sitting in the chair.
Just came home and killed him?
He came home, he was drunk, and I guess they figured, oh, this is what's about to go down. And he sat down in the chair, sitting there drunk. Bam. And they killed him. I don't have that big a problem with that. My grandmother was an arsonist. She set fire to 2 houses they owned, collected the insurance money both times. It's also suspected that she set fire to her neighbor's house years before she set fire to her own house. Apparently, they had a falling out. And my dad said that she told him she was going to show them
who they were messing with. Next day, the house burned to the ground when nobody was home.
Dang. Grandma's just burning houses down.
Burning houses down.
I'll show them.
And there's one in here that I was trying to find. I don't know what happens. Sometimes when you star something, I can't seem to find it. But there was a lady who had a similar situation where her uncle was responsible for a man's death. And the family it didn't seem that she said responsible for his death. Not like he killed him, like shot him or anything. Maybe there was a car accident or something like that. And the family helped cover it up. And now that everybody's dead, this is the first generation of cousins and all that can talk about the fact that he killed that guy.
Huh. Wow.
And somebody that I know sent a message that when she and her boyfriend, a long time ago when she was in college, they went to visit the grandmother. And while they were visiting the grandmother, a lady came in, and her cousin came in, and her cousin brought a guy with her, and the guy acted like she should know who she was, and it was kind of awkward. And once they left, she asked the grandmother, that's her new boyfriend. She said, "Oh, really? I didn't know she was dating about." She goes, "Yeah, that's also her first cousin from the other side of the family."
Yikes.
I've never experienced, and that's the stereotypical thing. I've never experienced anything like that. Never even thought about dating a cousin or anything like that.
No.
It's just,
I hate that that's a stereotype because I've never known anybody.
Yeah. And there's another one here. My second cousin helped my grandmother burn down her house for the insurance money. This was years ago.
Yeah. A lot of burning houses down.
There's a lot of arson, and a lot of honestly, I'm surprised at the amount of killing.
A lot of murder.
A lot of murder. A lot of arson, a lot of murder.
Wow.
Very surprising. So
Yeah.
you read all these on our show Facebook page if you want to check them out.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting, there's no appraisal. I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
Ace and Friends.
I saw a video yesterday online, and I love these videos where people mess with other people and then get their ass beat. There were these two look like early 20-year-old influencers. I saw the video on Reddit, and I forgot the subreddit was something like "mess around and find out" or "I'm the main character" or whatever it was. And these guys were going into stores and making it sound like they were farting on people. And a couple of their videos, one of them they turned around, this old, looked like 60-year-old man just reached out and cups the kid by the throat without him. He couldn't even react. In the middle of in mid fart, the guy kind of turns. And he just grabs him by the throat and pins him. The kid is like, "Whoa, slow down." That's a trend that I believe has to stop.
Yeah.
There was another one I saw in the same subreddit where a guy was standing by a McLaren, and a kid walks up and he's holding what looks to be a cinder block, and he throws the cinder block in the air over the hood of the car. And this guy scrambles, jumps from behind the wheel of the car and comes and is trying to get there to stop it. And then it turns out to be some kind of a foam thing that just bounces off the hood and doesn't hurt it at all. That's not cool.
No, it's not.
It's not cool
No.
at all. But what I found most interesting was people began commenting, as they do on Reddit. Things just take off in their own direction. And it was trends that need to stop.
Okay.
Like people talking about, a lot of them were saying this idea that I'm just going to go in a store and really mess with people.
Yeah.
That's a trend that needs to stop.
Yeah.
Because you've already seen one influencer get shot.
Yeah.
A couple of them have gotten punched in the face.
Yeah.
And more importantly, it's just not cool to go in and start messing with people like that. If you had to pick one, I'll give you another trend that needs to stop. I think the trend of constantly doing something to mock your male significant other. I think that should stop.
Yes.
What else is out there that you think is a current trend that needs to stop? It's it's escalating out of control, I guess, is the best way.
The last one I can think of is when people were into throwing things at people on stage. That got really out of hand because people were getting hit in the eye.
Yeah,
getting hit in the face. I'm glad I haven't seen one recently, but everybody's getting pelted.
Yeah. Any kind of TikTok trend that involves destroying other people's property, or that trend with the guy, and it kind of started with that guy in England just walking into people's houses. Who they? Like, I will pull a gun on you so fast in that scenario.
I'm surprised that didn't happen.
Well, it's in England. He did it in England where they don't have guns. Guns aren't readily available in the home like they are here. Something to think about. What current trend of behavior is escalating beyond control? We'll get to them next.
Ace and Friends.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenics.
Ace and Friends.
So these are good. I pulled up the subreddit now. I found it. So if you have any, think about it. What current trend or behavior is escalating beyond control? Somebody said points and perks for every app, every restaurant. You got to keep track of too many things just to eat at a restaurant. Yeah. It's very confusing. It's very frustrating.
It's a good one.
Plastic surgery, especially in young adults. I would say Botox. People starting at 19 and 20, 21 getting Botox as preventative is a little bit much. People freaking out on airplanes and the plane has to be diverted.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are on airplanes that are arguing on planes for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Retail theft.
Yeah, that's gotten out of control.
You got, 500 people or whatever, 50 people running into a store and all robbing it at one time. There's nothing you can do but let them steal stuff. You're overrun. There's way too much going on.
They won't let you touch them either. Like if you're the
Here's one of my favorites though. Trends that need to stop: disrespecting teachers in the classroom.
Mm-hmm. Preach.
And another one said recording yourself doing anything.
Yeah. I think secret menu things, people getting secret menu items, you're just making the cashier's life and the kitchen's life more difficult. Do it on your own. Get all the things you think you want to have and do it on your own. But you order from a menu. It's not your world.
Most places, though, don't have the secret item that they think they have, right?
No, or they'll ask to make like these ultra special requests for things. And it's like, no, you see the items around the board. Make it yourself if you're that into it.
It's just you trying to flex and be cool so you can film. Look what they made for me.
Yeah.
Like they'll do it. They'll do it for you too.
It's like, great. Slow up the line and make everybody's life more difficult.
You're a hassle.
Yeah. I don't like that.
Another one that I love, trends that need to stop. Graduation ceremonies at every grade level. I went all the way from kindergarten to the 12th grade and had one graduation ceremony in the 12th grade.
Yeah.
You know what happened the last day of kindergarten? They said, hey, you'll be over there in those classrooms tomorrow. Next year, it's first grade.
Yeah, that is shocking, the kindergarten graduation.
Now there's kindergarten, 5th grade, middle school, and then high school graduation.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculously crazy. Another one, and this is a common one now. People asking for tips in a non-tipped job.
Yeah.
Like it says McDonald's, Walmart, others, just for doing the job you're supposed to be doing.
That's a good one.
Vehicle takeovers where cars shut down the streets to do burnouts.
That's a bad one. Yeah, I didn't realize that was such a big deal.
That and people that block the street in your for their protest.
Yeah.
And then they get mad when you run over them or bump them with your car.
Whenever you see those videos, you're like, oh, here it is. They're going to run them over this time.
Yeah, I saw one the other day. This one was in Germany. And the guy got out of the car and dragged. There was a woman laying down in front of his car, and he dragged her out of the way. And he got back in his car, and somebody came over to try to step in front. And when he put it in gear, it was obvious you better not step in front because he was not stopping. He almost ran over the woman because she was trying to slide back over in front, and she nearly took the front fender to the grill.
Yeah. It's like, you willing to risk your life? I guess they are for their cause.
Yeah, and then one says sports gambling. So it's everywhere. They can't escape sports gambling commercials. Every time you turn around, there's a commercial for sports gambling.
All day.
Yeah. Especially here in North Carolina now since FanDuel is coming.
Yeah.
So I think tomorrow on the Ace and Friends podcast that my wife is going to join, and we're going to talk about microaggressions, which is ridiculous, but it's microaggressions in a relationship, like micro cheating aggressions, and I'm sure we can find out a lot more. She's open to talk about anything. So.
Oh, everything. Anything and everything.
I don't know about that, but we'll see you tomorrow.
Ace and Friends.